everyone, this is Dicey1191 again. Hi, this is episode 3. Woohoo! Sorry for the very long break between the videos. But yeah, stuff comes up. Alright, so, get rid of that. Okay. So, let's get this party started. Oh, right, give me a sec. No, that's not it. Sorry, I gotta pause the video for a sec. Okay, we're back. Okay, last time we left off, we were talking about some sort of drive. Let's find out what this actually means. Alright. As much as I want to bluff understanding that one, lying won't help me here. And what impact does that have on us, ma'am? A larger engineer bay and larger fuel consumption, so our med bay is also removed. But the doctor works out of the secondary research bay instead. I'm trying to get the voices back. I apologize. Try not to get sick. He is a lecherous demon who has no ethics or Hippocratic oath. He's a non-human, isn't he? An Afric. But that doesn't make him any less of a vile monster. I'll keep that in mind. Please do. It's only a matter of time before I catch him and have him court-martialed. Another choice, and again with the gaming. I'm not going to, screw this up. No defense weapons to protect us from pirates. What about security when I am at a ground site? We have Zuri. What is a Zuri? Is it some sort of defensive robot? How I really, really, really wish it was. I would be able to turn it off then. Lieutenant Zuri is our security officer and in charge of defensive systems on the ship. Which means she doesn't have a lot to do and seems to find time in her day to just wander around and bother everyone. She wants to help out others. That doesn't sound like a bad thing, Soul. It would be if she had a better attitude. What's wrong? Is she grumpy? I thought someone like that would work well with you. No, she's perky. But there have been some days where I just want to tear the happy right out of her soul. Oof. I apologize for the constant throat clearing. I'm getting over a cold. Have I ever said that you remind me of a really grumpy cat? Not in years. And you haven't changed a bit. Though she may be a bit over-enthusiastic at times, Lieutenant Zuri is competent at her job and will provide you adequate security on away missions. Just don't expect her to shut up at all when she gets on her warrior rant. It'll be nice to have someone cheerful to hang out with now and then to compensate for Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm just realistic and don't sugarcoat. I'm just realistic and don't lie and sugarcoat things for you. Again with the gaming. I'm not gonna ask that. Is there anything else I should know about this ship before we set off? Besides the lack of defensive weaponry and substandard parts? While that may be true, most of the crew is relatively experienced in its operations. Sorry, I don't know why that keeps popping up, if you can even see it. Despite their laziness and lack of morals, the commander is right in stating that the crew is decent at their jobs. Don't expect too much, but I do ensure the basics are enforced. Even though he is rough and derogatory, Soul has never been one to shy away from acknowledging talent. I just wish he'd use it no matter what the outside looks like. The weaponry shouldn't be an issue. I don't tend to send us into any combat zones. If pirates attack, fleeing in terror, well, not heroic, is a perfectly logical course of action. Yeah. Thanks for the briefing. The information will come in handy to maximize the Nimros's utilization. I'm glad to hear it. I hate to cut the question and answer session short, but we should continue the tour. You don't want to start your first day tomorrow with no sleep, right? I can feel the first traces of exhaustion begin to set in. This is the first time I've had to do anything remotely like work in years. It feels wonderful, though tiring. Maybe having me mumble through the briefing tomorrow might make it a little more interesting. No doubt. By your leave, ma'am? Rest well, Major Pusile. We expect much from you. Dismissed. Let's go drop off your medical records with the perv and grab a bite to eat. That sounds delightful. I'm famished. If Kylie finished stocking everything, we might be able to make a decent meal from the synthesizer. No cook? No cook. We have some limited cooking facilities, but alas, no cook. I don't think I'd want to eat any more dog food anyways. Lupid food. Same thing, trust me. Wolfie can't cook well. You can try eating it, but you'd rather have the synth stuff. Because she's a lupid or because she can't cook? Can't it be both? I'm not saying all food the mutants cook is bad, but lupid stuff is just bland and mushy. Try it if you want, you'll see. I can make a decent meal, though. I'll make you something nice sometime. I'll have to compare them. Then we'll have to have a contest to prove it. Not tonight. You promise? I promise. Let's get going. The clang of metal instead of the mush of dirt is welcoming. Never again will I have to check my hair for spiders after a radar array check. Ew. Everything is so clean, so shiny. I did it. I really am back to the real Space Force again. I'm free to save the universe once more. Happy? Does it show? A little bit. I can't help it. I'm excited, Soul. My first real post. My first real mission. I'm finally off that mud ball. What is our first mission? I haven't checked. My orders were just to report here and then receive my follow-on orders over the secured network. Sounds like they're trying to make it difficult for your first briefing. You're telling me. I have faith in you. Show them how you give a proper intelligence briefing. Thanks, Sol. I know I can't see the orders, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I'm glad he reminded me before I asked for his help. CITO orders are restricted to CITOIs only. My first briefing can only be written by me. That is the unfortunate truth of my profession. No matter how much I wish I could depend on someone on my crew, I'm not a part of it. I'm just an attached member. The thought is sombering, bleeding out the joy of my mood. It's lonely at the top. Yeah. Does my lab have a secure line? I'd rather not have to deal with couriers. Only the finest for you. It doesn't seem like this ship has a lot of finer things. It doesn't, but you learn to make do with the things you're given. I'm sure you'll find ways to adapt quickly. Of course. The ship is a stepping stone. I must keep telling myself that. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. There we go. We stop in front of a door in the aft section of the ship. Sol doesn't seem too pleased to be here, so I assume we have found the Aux lab. Sol knocks against the door 3 times without a single response. Finally, he resorts to loud bangs before we get a response. Ooh, new person.